So I'm going to show you guys how to create a laser cut hinge. So let's do a laser cut hinge. So first of all, we're going to create a sketch on the front surface. And our sketch is going to look something like this. And we're just going to extrude that an eighth of an inch. Eighth of an inch, or whatever the thickness of your material is. And then now we're going to look at the side of our part. We're going to create a sketch on this surface. New sketch on the surface. And I'm going to look at that surface and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Let's do a corner rectangle down to about there on our sketch. And we're going to go ahead and extrude that sketch. Of course, you're going to be using dimensions here. So we're going to extrude that sketch some distance. I would choose double the thickness of your material. So ours is an eighth of an inch. So we're going to 0.25. All right. And in this case, I want to mirror that feature across the surface. So I'm going to do a plane, a work plane. And I want it to be mid plane. And I'm going to do between that plane and this plane. And now I have a mid plane. And then I'm going to mirror. It's going to be a feature mirror. I'm going to feature mirror this extrusion. And the plane that I'm going to mirror it across is going to be this plane. And I want to reapply features so that I have this nub on both sides. I could turn off all my work planes now. Now I'm going to do a sketch on this surface. So new sketch on this surface. And in this case, I'm going to use the middle of this part to create a circle. So we're going to go, I'm just going to point tool. So I'm going to go here to the middle. Actually, let's use this surface, that one and this one. And we're going to go to here, go to the middle here, and then we're going to middle here, and we go down, and then it gives us the middle point. So now we have a point. And now I'm going to draw this circle so that it touches the corners. So there's my circle. Okay, I'm going to note another circle that's going to be larger than that first circle. All right. And then finally, I'm going to do some lines that are tangent. Actually, we're going to do corner rectangle again. We're going to go to the middle of that. Go down to here, and then come out this way. Touch here. Actually, we'll just make a tangent later. So we're going to do coincident, this point to the circle, so they're touching each other. If you want to make sure that they're tangent, you could do a tangent if you'd like. And then I'm going to trim away the parts that I don't want. And the parts that I don't want are going to be this inner line, this line. I don't need this line. I don't need this line. I need this line. So now I have this shape. I'm going to extrude this shape along with this piece right here. Actually, let's go back and edit that sketch to get rid of that piece of a line that we don't need. So there's a couple of lines we don't need. We don't need this line, this line, this line, over that line. Everything should be good. Make sure this is tangent to this. And now we can extrude sketch 3. I think we still have a line that's not working for us. We do. We have this line here that we need to get rid of. So we're going to edit that sketch. Normal. Yeah. Okay, so I don't need this line. And now I should be able to extrude. Oh, there's still another piece of a line. Edit the sketch. All right, let's try one more time. Huh. It is. Oh, this needs to be new. That's why. We change this to the thickness of our material, and it's new. And so now I have a part that looks like that. Next thing I'm going to do is pull up my plane, my mirror plane. I'm going to mirror this part across that plane. So mirror this part across this plane. So now I have, and it needs to be new. I have those parts on both sides. So now I have a hinge. A hinge. Okay, if I wanted to do a base to this, we do a new sketch. So what are you doing? What are you working on? You haven't drawn anything? You haven't done any sketching? What's going on? Okay, so have this bottom part. Let's go ahead and extrude. Extrude sketch 4. Let's go the other direction. Let's go 0.125. All right. Actually, I'm going to use this so I can go ahead and edit the sketch. And let's go ahead and use these geometries so that we can have that part removed automatically. Extrude sketch 4. The other direction. Thickness of my material is 0.125. And then click the check mark. All right. So now I have this odd looking shape. It doesn't really do anything but show you guys how a hinge is made. So then I'm going to go to my assembly and I'm going to create a new assembly. So I'm going to insert. I'm going to just do all of Part Studio 1. So it's all together. And now I'm going to fix some things in place. So I'm going to fix this blue part in place. So fix that part in place. I'm going to go ahead and mate these. Actually, I can fix these two. Fix this part in place. Fix this part in place. And then this part, I'm going to have to move. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And I'm going to do a tangent now. So actually, I'm going to do a revolute. So we're going to do, we can do tangent. Let's do tangent. So we're going to do a tangent constraint. We're going to take this corner, that edge. We're going to make it tangent to this circle. All right. And then I know that I want this this piece to be flush against this piece. We're gonna redo it. Let's redo it. Let's take the tangent off. Instead, we're gonna do an offset. So we're gonna use the center mate constraint. So we're gonna use a revolute. So we're gonna do revolute, and we're gonna find the center one of this. And I know that's the center one of that. And we're going to find the center of this hole. I'm going to put it to this. And then we need it to be offset, right? So we need this gap to be closed. So we're going to do an offset. And the offset is in the Z direction. And I know that's going to be 0.125 in the Z direction. And now it's finished. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish the sketch. And you can see that this now rotates inside of our part. And you have a hinge without any 3D printing.